Hello and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be playing Hunger Games, but with Alton Towers rides. So let's see how that works. As you can see, we have a bunch of Alton Towers rides. We have Smiler, Oblivion, Nemesis, Galactica, 13, Rita, Wicker Man, Runaway Mine Train, Spinball, Wizzer, Octonauts, Alton Manor, Hex, Twistatron, Fly, SpinJam, Flavios, Project Horizon, Dungeons, Heave, Marauders, Mayhem, Battle Galleons, Congo, Corkscrew, and the Black Hole. And today we're going to be putting all of these rides to the test and seeing which one is the best by battling them in the Hunger Games. So let's begin. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. SpinJam runs away from the cornucopia. Black Hole runs away from the cornucopia. Corkscrew snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Hex snatches a pair of saves. Oblivion is unable to convince Project Horizon not to kill her. Oh, interesting. Battle Galleons gathers as much food as he can. Alton Manor runs away from the cornucopia. Twistatron runs away from the cornucopia. 13 finds a bow and some arrows and a quiver. Congo runs away from the cornucopia. Flavios takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Runaway Mine Train runs to the cornucopia and hides. Doesn't run away from the cornucopia, even though it's in the name. Wicker Man grabs a backpack and retreats. Rita grabs a jar of fishing bait while Heave grabs fishing gear, which makes sense with Heave because it's a boat, I suppose. Spinball grabs a shovel. Octonauts runs away from the cornucopia. Smiler runs away from the cornucopia. Fly takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Marauders Mayhem throws a knife into Nemesis's head. Okay, that was unexpected. I mean, to be fair, Nemesis is technically dead right now anyway, so I mean... Marauders Mayhem was just making sure that was true in this game. Galactica grabs a backpack and retreats, and the dungeons run away from the cornucopia. The Smiler makes a slingshot. Octonauts, Project Horizon, Hex, Fly, and Congo hunt for other tributes. Wicker Man discovers a cave. SpinJam thinks about home. Black Hole fishes. Corkscrew thinks about home. Marauders Mayhem practices his archery. Alton Manor scares Twistatron. The two new rides scaring off each other. This is great. Flavios fishes. The dungeons convinces Battle Galleons to not kill him, only to kill him instead. Oh. Dang. Heave picks flowers. Heave, why are you picking flowers? There's more important things going on, but you do you, I guess. Rita injures herself. Rita, what are you playing at? Why are you injured? How? She's going too fast, that's why. She was just speeding through, and then she like tripped on a log or something, and she just face planted the floor. Runaway Mine Train, 13, and Galactica hunt for other tributes, and Spinball Wizzer travels for higher ground. 3 shots can be heard in the distance. Oblivion, District 1. Nemesis, District 2. And Battle Galleons, District 11. That's 3 dead already! Dang, yeah, brutal. Nemesis and Oblivion are bigger rides that have died. And Battle Galleons, I mean, who likes Battle Galleons in the first place? I'm just saying. SpinJam lets Corkscrew into his shelter. Black Hole and Alton Manor tell stories about themselves to each other. That's wholesome. That's lovely. I love that. Spinball Wizzer destroys Wicker Man's supplies while he's sleeping. That's not lovely. That's not wholesome. What? Spinball? Why? The dungeons begs Runaway Mine Train to kill him. She refuses, keeping dungeons alive. Fair. Heave sees a fire but stays hidden. Hex tends to Twistatron's wounds. 13 thinks about home. Marauders Mayhem passes out from exhaustion. Galactica tries to sing herself to sleep. Fly quietly hums. Octonauts cries himself to sleep. There's a bit of a difference here. We've got Galactica singing herself to sleep and Octonauts crying to sleep. That is... And Rita just goes to sleep. She doesn't really care. It's fine. Project Horizon receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Flavios receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. And the smiler tends to Congo's wounds. 13 SpinJam, Octonauts, Flavios, and Rita track down and kill Galactica. What did Galactica do? Why did... Okay. They all teamed up and killed Galactica, that is fair. Funkenfly stabs Smiler in the back with a trident. Okay. Funkenfly, you need to chill down. What the hell? Twistatron diverts Runaway Mine Train's attention and runs away. I mean, Alton Manor chases Heave. Wickerman sees smoke in the distance but decides not to investigate, even though Wickerman is quite a smoky fella, you know, he's kind of on fire. Quite a bit on fire. Black Hole steals from Congo while he's not looking. Hex receives a clean water from an unknown sponsor. Corkscrew and Dungeon split up and search for resources. Marauders Mayhem scares Spinball Wizard off, and Project Horizon questions her sanity. I would too. Runaway Mine Train poisons Heave-Ho's drink. He drinks it and dies. There goes Heave-Ho. Marauders Mayhem and Wickerman hold hands. That is so wholesome. After Heave-Ho's died, the two other rides in Mutiny Bay just having a wholesome moment. That's lovely. Alton Manor fends Twistatron, Corkscrew, and Funkenfly away from her fire. Emily Alton has got some skills there. Flavios convince Project Horizon to snuggle with him. More wholesome. Beautiful. Hex, the dungeon, SpinJam, and Octonauts sleep in shifts. Congo tends to his wounds. Spinball Wizzer receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor, and Black Hole receives explosives from an unknown sponsor. Interesting. Rita stays awake all night, and 13 falls into a frozen lake and drowned. There goes 13. Hex injures himself somehow. Rita sees smoke rising from the distance and decides not to investigate. It's probably Wickerman just smoking a little bit. The dungeons receives explosive from an unknown sponsor. Congo attempts to climb a tree but falls to his death. Isn't Congo water? It makes sense, okay. Runaway Mine Train receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Corkscrew steals from Flavio's when he's not looking. Octonaut sprains his ankle whilst running away from Spinball Wizzer. I mean, I would be terrified if Spinball Wizzer was just chasing me, to be fair. That would be something to run away from, and sprain my ankle. It'll be worth it. Project Horizon constructs a shack, and so does Marauders Mayhem. SpinJam searches for a water source. Twistatron tends to Black Hole's wounds. Funkenfly tends to Wickerman's wounds. Alton Manor hunts for other tributes. 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Heave-Ho, District 10, 13, District 3, and Congo, District 11. So there's 8 dead and 16 still alive, so let's continue. Alton Manor receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The Dungeons tries to treat his infection. Wickerman and Project Horizon sleep in shifts. Funkenfly throws a knife into Spinball Wizzer's chest. Dang, that is harsh. Marauders Mayhem, Black Hole, Twistatron, Flavios, and Runaway Mine Train sleep in shifts. Octonauts stabs Rita in the back with a trident. Whew, it's brutal. SpinJam shoots poisonous blow dart into Corkscrew's neck, killing him slowly. That is tragic. I'm sorry, Corkscrew. I know you're technically already dead in terms of rides, but you are at the front of the park, so now you're no longer existing. Hex stays awake all night. Octonauts begs Hex to kill him. He refuses, keeping Octonauts alive. SpinJam, Wickerman, Funkenfly, Alton Manor, and Black Hole track down and kill Runaway Mine Train. Marauders Mayhem fishes. Flavios injures himself. Project Horizon travels for higher ground. Twistatron practices archery, and the Dungeons collects fruit from a tree. 4 cannons can be heard in the distance. Spinball, Wizzer, District 5, Rita, District 2, Corkscrew, District 12, and Runaway Mine Train, District 4. 12 still alive. Fly and SpinJam, both 3 kills each, which shows that the Retro Squad are killers. And Twistatron is like the evil version of Twistatron, isn't it? Because he's the evil Retro Squad, and he's the only one that hasn't murdered out of the Retro Squad. Him and Hex are the only ones that are still alive that have not got a kill. So I guess Hex is a pacifist, and so is Twistatron. Black Hole, Fly, and Marauders Mayhem sleep in shifts. Alton Manor tends to Hex's wounds. SpinJam sees a fire but stays hidden. The dungeon screams for help, which is kind of ironic because the promotion is like laugh and scream. Flavio tends to Twistatron's wounds. Project Horizon, octonauts, and wickerman sleep in shifts. Marauders Mayhem discovers a river. Twistatron receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Project Horizon, Flavio's dungeons, and SpinJam raid Hex's camp while he's hunting. Bit rude. Black Hole begs for Wickerman to kill her. He refuses, keeping Black Hole alive. Fly begs Alton Manor to kill her. She refuses, keeping Fly alive. Octonauts tries to sleep through the entire day. I would too. If I was in this situation, Octonauts, same. No cannons. Nobody died. This is lovely. Flavio's destroys Alton Manor's supplies while she's asleep. Why? Bit rude. Fly receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Marauders Mayhem is awoken by nightmares. Twistatron fends Project Horizon, Octonauts, and Wickerman away from his fire. Black Hole goes to sleep. Hex begs Dungeons to kill him. He refuses, keeping Hex alive, and SpinJam cries himself to sleep. Flavio's convince Project Horizon not to kill him, only to kill her instead. No. Hex thinks about home. SpinJam scares Twistatron off. Marauders Mayhem hunts for other tributes. The Dungeons begs Alton Manor to kill him. She refuses, keeping the Dungeons alive. Fly receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Octonauts, Wickerman, and the Black Hole hunt for other tributes. 1 cannon shot can be heard in the distance. Project Horizon, District 907. Not even been created yet and already dying. Fly, SpinJam, Hex, Octonauts, and Twistatron sleep in shift. Alton Manor stays awake all night. Marauders Mayhem, Wickerman, Black Hole, Dungeons, and Flavio's sleep in shifts. There's sort of 2 groups going off, and then Alton Manor's just by herself being spooky. I guess no one wants to be possessed by a demon, which is fair. Black Hole thinks about home. SpinJam sees smoke rising from the distance, but decides not to investigate. Octonauts picks flowers, lovely stuff. Hex thinks about home. Flavio's tries to spear a fish with a trident. It doesn't say if he succeeded, but fair. Twistatron, Marauders Mayhem, Alton Manor, and Wickerman raid the Dungeon's camp while he's hunting. No. Fly receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Nobody died again. The Dungeon sees a fire but stays hidden. Probably Wickerman. Fly, Octonauts, Flavios, and Marauders Mayhem tell each other ghost stories to lighten up the mood. Black Hole severely injures Alton Manor, leaving her to die. No, Alton Manor! Wickerman and Hex run into each other and decide a truce for the night. Twistatron receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor, and SpinJam is awoken by nightmares. The Dungeons decapitate Twistatron with a sword. Okay, that escalated quite a lot. SpinJam collects fruit from a tree. Black Hole steals from Flavio's while he's looking. Hex practices his archery. Octonauts injures himself. Marauders Mayhem receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Wickerman sees smoke rising from the distance and decides not to investigate. It's probably yourself, to be fair. Funkenfly camouflages herself in the bushes. 2 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Alton Manor, District 6 and Twistatron, District 7. Wickerman, Octonauts, Hex, Funkenfly, SpinJam, Flavio's Dungeons, Marauders, Mayhem and Black Hole are the last to live. SpinJam screams for help. Hex sets an explosives off, killing Marauders, Mayhem, Octonauts and Black Hole. Triple kill Hex. You go. Funkenfly and Wickerman huddle for warmth, even though Wickerman is literally kind of on fire always, so you don't really need warmth, but I guess Funkenfly needed the warmth from Wickerman, so they huddled. That is wholesome. The Dungeons and Flavios tell stories about themselves to each other. The Feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memories of the tributes families. Flavio takes a staff leaning against the cornucopia. The Dungeons decides not to go to the feast. So does SpinJam, Wickerman, and Funkenfly. Although Hex, after the triple kill he just got, falls into a lake and dies. The dungeon is pricked by a fawn whilst picking berries. SpinJam, Flavio, Wickerman and Funkenfly hunt for other tributes, even though there's only one other tribute left and he's being pricked by a berry bush. 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Marauders, Mayhem, District 10, Octonauts, District 5, Black Hole, District 12 and Hex, District 6. I love how Hex killed those 3 and then died himself. It's just ironic. The dungeon sets Flavio's on fire with a Molotov. Okay. Funkenfly attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. SpinJam goes to sleep. Wickerman dies while trying to escape the arena. Everyone else needed you, Wickerman. Bloody Funkenfly was trying to start a fire and couldn't, and you could have helped and said you were trying to escape. And Flavio was on fire. I don't think you could really help with that, but still, there was a lot of fire going on, and you're dying by trying to escape. The dungeons ambushes SpinJam and kills him. Funkenfly bleeds out due to untreated injuries. So does that mean we have our winner? 4 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Flavio's District 8. Wickerman, District 4, SpinJam, District 8, Funkenfly, District 7. The Dungeons is the winner from District 9, so I guess that means Dungeons is the best ride at Alton Towers. Here are the final results, but that is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed. Make sure you like, and if you've made it this far, subscribe, because I want to make more content like this. Not this exactly, but just more theme park related fun content. So if you're interested, hit the subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated because I'm almost at 300 subs. So thank you and goodbye.